Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine the scene, right? You've got bulldozers, workers taking down tents. It's this really sudden, intense action happening. And you've handed us this stack of sources that dive right into it. This recent crackdown on homeless encampments in Washington, D.C. that's been getting a lot of attention. So our mission here for this deep dive is basically to pull out the key takeaways, the really important bits of information and insight, give you a shortcut to understanding what's actually going on with something that's, well, way more complicated than it looks at first glance.
Yeah, and what's really striking, I think, is just how fast the whole conversation around homelessness can shift, especially when you have a big visible action like this one. So we'll be looking at, the immediate effects, what officials said they were trying to achieve, and also some, frankly, pretty provocative claims from these sources about what might be driving the issue beneath the surface.
Right. From like the personal stories of people actually living in the encampments
Yeah.
all the way to these pretty startling accusations about a so-called homeless industrial complex.
Yeah.
Lots to dig into. So what does it all mean for the people caught in the middle and maybe for how we, think about solving homelessness overall? Okay, let's start with the main event, the catalyst. Your sources detail President Trump kicking off this major crackdown on homeless encampments right there in D.C.
That's right. The reports we looked at point to a direct order. It seems it was driven by the president describing the situation reportedly as a slum developing in the capital. And the action itself, it was mostly about enforcing laws that were already on the books, laws against living on the street. The catch being, these laws hadn't really been enforced, well, for decades, basically.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I thought. This sources say homeless individuals were given this choice. Either go to a shelter or, face potential fines, maybe even jail time. And it sounds like the president was serious about his stated goal to, quote, send the homeless far away from the capital. This wasn't just talk.
No, it translated into pretty significant action. One source uses the term cleanup battalions,
Wow.
describing crews removing, get this, over 70 different encampments from public areas. We're talking places like near the Kennedy Center, the Martin Luther King Library, Washington Circle, prominent spots. So it was a really visible change to the city's landscape.
And the images, they were everywhere, weren't they? Videos of bulldozers, workers dragging tents away. Your sources say this footage gained national attention pretty fast. And it definitely sparked anger, as you'd expect, among some people. But it also became this flashpoint online and in the news.
And it raises the question, what was the official reason given, the justification? Well, the sources mention a claim that violent crime in D.C. was down 26% from the year before.
Okay.
But, and this is important, one report also notes that an officer who was involved in putting those numbers together was apparently put on leave